3:30 in the afternoon. This has been going since about 10 o'clock this morning. I had to move it a little bit to get in the sun. As you can see, the shade's hitting about half of it now. Let's check on the battery. So here's the charge controller. See if we can focus in on it. It looks like we're still at 3 bars. Still need that 4th LED to light up. Let's see what the battery's doing. We're at 1382, so it's not at full charge yet. And it's been going most of the day. I didn't really suspect it to, since the solar panel is only 105. It doesn't quite do as much as my Renogy 200 watt does. But I don't even think this is half as good. This battery doesn't have a load on it. It's just sitting there. Nothing is running off this battery right now. It didn't fully charge, and it's been running most of the day. Whereas I've done this with my Renogy, and it charged up fully much quicker. Of course, it's double the power. I'll bet it's more than double the power. But I'm not mad at it. I think this is pretty good. It was pretty cheap. The solar panel is 105 watts. You know, I probably wouldn't rely on it to charge my batteries completely up, but I mean, it'll charge the small stuff. If I get a small solar inverter, it'll keep that charged up. Plus, it has a little USB on there. I could charge up my phone or whatever charges my camera gear. Or, you know, if we're out camping for the day or something and I have my Renogy powering up my tent trailer, then I can use this to keep my auxiliary battery charged up. You know, pros and cons of it. It's not as powerful, but it still works pretty good. I'm happy with it. But the biggest bummer is it's not waterproof, so I don't think it's going to be as efficient. The Renogy can sit out in the rain and charge. This will have to sit in the cab. So I'm thinking I might be able to put the solar panel in the windshield and then keep all this stuff under the hood and let it charge during the day when I'm out riding the motorcycle or whatever. I think it'll be useful. Or I could just unplug it right here and get a 8mm adapter, and it can charge directly into an inverter charger, which I don't have one right now, but I've been looking into getting one, maybe a Yeti. I would give it a 5-star. It does what it's supposed to do, and I'm kind of comparing it to a little better system that costs twice as much. So I would say it does probably a little better than half. If you're on a budget and you wanted to top off your batteries, I don't think it's a bad deal. One of the things that I don't like about it though is I don't know if it will go into a flow mode, meaning I was kind of hoping to be fully charged so I could see what's going on, but nothing really checks for amps. All I can really do is check for volts. So once my battery gets fully charged, I don't know if it just sits there and keeps charging it, or if I guess the charge controller takes care of that, but it doesn't tell me if it's taking care of it or not. When the Renogy, actually you can see that it goes into flow mode. I'm assuming this does. The paperwork didn't really say that it did. I don't really like to assume with my expensive batteries. If I get this one topped off, you can see there's one below it too. There's 2 batteries in that hole. So once one gets topped off, I can start with the other one. I think it's a good investment. I think I'll definitely use it. Pros of it is the solar panel is a tri-fold 105 watt, but it folds right up into a suitcase and it's like 6 or 8 pounds. But my Renogy folds in half. It's twice as big and it's like 50 pounds. That's definitely a con, but it being waterproof, you can just set it and forget it for the weekend. This you really have to make sure you don't get it out in the rain. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is my take on ACOPOWER solar panel. By the way, it's a tri-fold. It folds all up, and it has little stands integrated in the back. See if you can see those. They just Velcro on. You can just pull them out, and it holds it up. And then in the back, it has a little pouch right here. If you can see that, it has this little pouch, and your charge controller and all your wires go in there. It all bundles up into one simple bundle. That's a pro also. And it's quite small. You can fit it in the back behind the seat. So it's nice and portable. If you have any questions, be sure to comment. I'll answer the best that I can. And thank you for watching. Go out and do something amazing today. Guys, I just wanted to do a quick update because I was using this not for a field test, but just actually using it to keep up my battery charge on my truck since I don't drive it very often. And earlier in the video I was showing these 4 lights, these 4 LEDs. I'm not sure if they're going to show up in this daylight or not, but right now there is. So I don't know if it shows up, but there's 2 lights. Earlier I think I reported that that was the charge of the battery, or the battery state. That is not true. So it's kind of a cheap charge controller. I was assuming these 2 lights here would show me the load and the charge. So the load being on and the charge would mean that it's charging, and that this little battery signal here is the actual state of the battery, but it's not. It's actually the state of the charge. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's showing 2 lights, and the solar panel is halfway in the light and half out. So I'm gonna move this and see if I'm right. Okay, now it's fully in the sun. Let's go see if that changes the lights. I don't know if you can see. I hope that's showing up. But now that the solar panel is completely in the light, we can see that there's 4 bars. So that tells me that that's not the state of the battery, it's the state of the charge. So 4 lights indicates full charge. Earlier I was half in the shade and half in the sun. It was at 2 lights. Now I'm fully in the sun, it's at 4 lights. And you know as well as I know, the battery didn't fully charge in the second that I moved the solar panels. So the bummer about this charge controller, it does work. I actually have a voltmeter inside my truck that is running right now on my dash right there, and it's showing 13.1, and it was 12.2 a couple hours ago. So I know it's charging, I know it's working good, but this has no indication how the battery's going. So if you do buy this, I don't think it's a deal breaker, but you're gonna need some sort of multimeter to keep checking the state of the battery. I don't see any indication here of when it's fully charged. And I'm not positive that it will just stop charging yet. So that's where we are. I just wanted to quick follow up because I think I had that wrong originally in the video. Thanks for watching.